Yes, sir. Welcome to the Money Down to Believe Network. Got a very special guest for our 100th
Big dog
episode.
in
We
the
got
house.
big dog in the house, the Gilly Lock, Stephon Gilmore, one of the greatest cornerbacks of our generation for sure, tapping in with us.
Yes,
Appreciate you
sir.
joining us tonight, big dog.
Man, appreciate y'all for having me, bro. For
Yes,
sure.
sir. Yes, sir. So whenever we have a guest on, man, we like to go back to the beginning. So I know when we was teammates, we talked about a little bit about South Carolina and all that football. So take us back to Rock Hill, South Carolina, where it all started. Was it always football for you? Were you into anything else growing up? What was it for you?
Yeah, man, I'm from small town Rock Hill, South Carolina, right outside of Charlotte. You know, it's a football town, but I played basketball, football, and track. I played everything, but, it's where I, fell in love with the game. My dad put me in it at a young age, and, he always pushed me hard and made me believe in myself. So, it was bragging rights around town. It was a small town, so like we had 3 high schools. So, you always got to come out on top. So that's what it really was, man. And it was packed out. The whole city was there. So, that's where I fell in love with the game, like I said. And it's a part of why I am who I am today.
I want to ask you, bro, has it, because playing basketball, I heard you was good at basketball, so you said it was football. Pops put you in that.
Yeah.
How, South Carolina home state, you knew you was going to South Carolina all along, or I know you was highly recruited, so how did that whole thing pan out for you?
It was crazy because I think I had like 30 scholarship offers. But South Carolina wasn't really, in the play at first. Took a visit to Alabama. I was thinking about going there. That's when they was everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at Clemson too, and and I took a visit there. I didn't really like it. And then I think a coach told me at Clemson that no matter what I do, I won't start. That's what he told me. I'm like, you won't give me the opportunity to show you? I'm like, man, so I took a visit. I'm like, let me take a visit to South Carolina. I knew their defense was good back then. I know they put a lot of DBs in the league. And I went to an LSU game they played, and they beat them. And their defense was balling out. I'm like, I'm going to go to South Carolina. I'm going to stay at home. I'm playing the SEC. I'm going to get to play against all the top dogs. So that's kind of how it went.
Well, I gotta ask, because I ask everybody this that done played some college ball. I'm like, and you can keep it a buck with us. We ain't gonna tell nobody. NIL's a real thing now, so you ain't gonna get in trouble. You ain't gonna lose no awards. But
yeah,
keep it a band. You was highly recruited.
Yeah,
how much did South Carolina drop on your doorstep to keep you at the hey, keep it fun. Man got a new crib. You got a new whip. They dropped that duffel bag on your doorstep. What's up?
Man, they looked out for me, man. They took care of me. Whatever I needed there, I was good. And then Marcus Lattimore came after me, and then Clowney came after me. So we was... Yeah. Hey, it was back to back. Alshon Jeffrey, it was coming in after I committed. I think I just was one of the first ones that committed there. That was a top recruit, and everybody else followed after that.
Phil, that's what you're saying is they put you in the Benz on campus, right?
Man, they took care of me, bro. I ain't had nothing to worry about, man.
It's crazy because that's when the SEC love talking about ball, man. Especially in that era, that's when the SEC was what the SEC they claim to be, right? Like Georgia loaded, South Carolina loaded, Bama loaded, Florida loaded. So it's cool to hear these stories, and because you had to play. You was in an era where you had to play everybody, right? Like
everybody.
I'm sure LSU, Dream, AJ Green,
LSU, like everybody.
You caught Percy. You caught Florida.
Nah,
you caught Percy.
I ain't catch Percy.
Okay,
I ain't catch Percy. That was right before me. But I played against. That's the reason why I went to South Carolina too, because I'm like, I'm gonna get to play against all those dudes, and I can show what I can do against them, and that's what I wanted. I know I can go there and play right away. and put myself in the position like to show everybody what I could do.
Yeah.
So
you talked about you was a highly ranked recruit. You was Mr. South Carolina high school. You go to South Carolina. You played DB and quarterback in high school. So you get there, you ball on that DB, then somehow you find your way being a Wildcat quarterback. How that came about? Did you have to push for that? Did they say you was gonna do that? Like, how'd that come up?
it was crazy because I played quarterback in high school. I didn't play no defense at all. None. So like I got recruited as an athlete. Spurrier recruited me. He's like, man, you should play receiver. I'm like, man, I don't want to play receiver. My dad was like, man, you a corner. Just play corner. Because I used to go to camps and just like shut everybody down. Now I never played corner, and so like I was just like, I want to play defense. And Spurrier was like, we need to get you on the offensive side of the ball. So he'll put like a little package in with me. So I go in and, I get the team down all the way down to the goal line. He take me out of the game. Won't let me put it in. So, but he wanted me to play offense so bad. I just knew with my height and my knowledge of the game and I could run, I can be, I was thinking about the future. I was thinking about the league and I just wanted to play corner, so. And I can always rely. I mean, it's not an I team, but I can always rely on myself. No matter what nobody else doing, I can like shut someone down and be good. So,
yeah. I want to ask you, bro. Right? We always talk about the crazy environments that come with playing in college football. Mm-hmm. Right? In the SEC, when it was height of the SEC. What's a game or a road game or a home game that whenever you sit back at night, you like, damn, bro, LSU 2000, blah, like that was a lit game. Like, what's an environment that really set that fire in you? Like, man, this what ball all about.
It's when we play Alabama and they was the number one ranked team in the country. They had everybody: Julio Jones, Mark Ingram, Hightower, like everybody, and we beat them. Like, we beat them, bro, and it was so crazy in that stadium, man. That was probably one of the biggest games I ever played in. It was so loud. It was at home. We was turned up, man. It was a great feeling because obviously they had so many first-round picks, second-round picks. I don't even know who they had. Everybody on their team in the league. So that was a big game for me. Even though we went to the SEC championship, we got beat, but beating them and when they was the number one team in the country, that was big for us.
Yeah.
What was it like playing for Steve Spurrier? Because I know for me growing up, he coached at Florida, and so he's a legendary coach there. He goes to South Carolina and did a great job coaching y'all there. What was it like playing for him?
He was great, man. He really like looked out for his players. He wasn't, he's older, but he wasn't like old school, like try to kill you in practice and stuff like that. He took care of you. We practiced hard, but, he was a great coach, man. Players coach, whatever you needed. He was cool with everybody until you like messed up. He know that person, you know what I'm saying? He was one of them dudes. So, but he was good, man. He was a great coach, and I think that was one of the reasons why we won 11 games 3 years in a row. And he's like you say, he was a legendary coach for sure.
And I guess I got to ask you too, because you say you played no defense in high school. You get to college, you playing DB. Like, when did it click for you? Like, I really got a chance to make it to the league playing this DB stuff. Was it freshman year? Was it right away, or did it take you some time to really get your footing?
It took me some time. I think I was just super, gifted. My freshman year, I came in, started every game. I graduated high school early, came in early, was able to beat, a senior out and start over. And then, just was grinding, man. I had a great freshman year, started, like I said. It took me a while, I didn't have I showed flashes, but I was smart. Made some plays, and then it's crazy because I knew I was like a great player, but I didn't really like flash it a lot, on tape sometimes in college. And I wasn't really getting as many balls sometimes to my side. So I got like I left. So I was talking to my dad. We had a conversation. I'm like, I want to leave school early. I put my name in the hat. You know how you do that. And I had a 3rd round grade coming out. And I'm like, I'm seeing all these corners in front of me. I'm like, it's no way I go in the 3rd round. Yeah. So I was like, my dad was like, I'll leave. So I left and I ran the 4.3, and then next thing you know, I'm in the green room.
Cooking.
Like that.
Like that.
Like that. I'm like, man, like it happened so fast, man. Like I'm not one of them people where I was like knew I made it until I actually, did it, and I'm still like that to this day. Like I always want more, you know what I'm saying? I'm always like, feel like I ain't make it, so I think that's what really drove me, throughout these years, with that mindset.
Feel that. So, what was that? So what was that transition like for you? You got drafted 10th. Now you get picked up by the Bills. Like, what was that transition for you? Obviously going from a place with some nice weather. Now you now it's super break. So like, what was it like for you transition? And not just that, but even from the football side of things, you feel like, the preparation at SC, prepared you for the league. You feel like there was still that, I got to find my footing in the league, rookie year. You feel like you were prepared.
Yeah, I think I was prepared. I was kind of the game. I don't think it was more for this. It was like the SEC physicality wise, but I think mentally the game was different. Just I feel like my freshman year I was kind of. My rookie year I was kind of like just like playing off athleticism, not really like slowing the game down in my head. And but I had a good rookie season. Learned a lot. I had a lot of vets in my room that helped me out a lot, and I took a visit to Buffalo. I'm like, I've never been here before. I thought it was closer to New York City, but it wasn't.
Closer to Kansas.
But it was cool, man. It was the fans crazy there, man. It was a great atmosphere. It was great for me, especially being 20 years old, getting drafted, and then really focusing on just ball. You ain't got to spend that much money, man. It was chill, man.
It ain't nothing to do. You ain't got to shoot a story, man. Ain't nothing to do. Ain't nothing to do.
I'm about to say them maps they putting together make that thing look real close to New York.
So better off getting a passport and going across the bridge, man. Go to Toronto or something.
Going to Canada, Toronto.
So what's your thoughts on Buffalo chicken wings? I hear a lot of different opinions when it comes to Buffalo chicken wings. Are they
I'm still trying to find out, bro. I'm still trying to find out. I've been to every wing spot down like that. These wings not good like that.
Again, we from the South, man.
Because I know like Brian Daboll, he was like real familiar with a spot out there. I know every time we played there.
Probably Anchor Bar.
Yeah. It was straight. It wasn't nothing.
Nothing crazy, but it was like, had some wings. It was cool. And
talk about that a little bit too. You had a lot of stability in college. Steve Spurrier coached you, all your years there. You get to the league. You have a few coaches in Buffalo. What's that? Yeah, Rex Ryan. You had Doug Marrone. Did you have a different coach your rookie year too? It's
I had
crazy. Chan Gailey, was it?
Chan Gailey, yeah. It was crazy, man. It was hard, but just had to prove myself each and every year. It was a lot of changes, man. It was tough. I think, when you're young players and you're going through all that change, you just kind of got to just really focus on, what can you do, to keep proving yourself. And I always tell people all the time, if I would have, been on a winning team early in my career, I could have made even more noise. It's just sometimes, when you're not winning in a certain place, you can't really get as much like praise like that, you know what I'm saying? So, but you live and learn. I got to play in different systems, had to learn different systems and, adjust to different coaching styles. So once I got to like New England or something like that and I got some stability a little bit, I was able to show my game even more.
Talk about that right quick. I was just gonna ask you, like, free agency process, contract year come up, was it always New England? What other teams was in the hunt for real? And how did that decision come about, leaving and staying in division actually and going to New England?
Yeah, that situation, it happened super fast, coming up on free agency. I kind of, thought the Buffaloes go franchise tag me, but they didn't. They just hired Sean McDermott.
McDermott, yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't franchise me, so it was free agency. Chicago called me, offered me a deal. Then New England called me, like, quick. I'm like, because they don't usually pay. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, I'm going there. Like, I don't even care what. And I went back to Chicago and told them something crazy that I wanted. And they was like, we can't do it. I'm like, I'm going to New England because I already knew, like, I wanted to play with some great players, great team. They just came off a Super Bowl, and it was a no-brainer for me, really. I just wanted to go somewhere and just show, play with Tom, play with all the great players they had, James White, Dan McCourty, Hightower, all of them, man. It was just seeing that Super Bowl. I'm like, man, I want to be there one day. And New England called me, and it was a no-brainer.
James was telling us some stories about Bill getting after some people in the film room. He ever got after you?
For real?
Everybody get it. Nobody
killed me, bro. He killed me one day, bro. It's when I first got there. I was pressed down on the receiver. It was a bunch route. All was on the same level. Yeah, and I got picked, bro. I got picked, bro. He killed me the next meeting, bro. I almost cried, bro, how he did it. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I went to the bathroom like, man, bro, like, I'll tell you one thing, I ain't never got picked again after that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bill like that, Bill be hitting like that.
Bro, you be sitting on your edge of your seat and them team meetings hoping it ain't you that pop up on that screen.
Bro, I called everybody. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. Like,
and that's what I was going to ask you too. What was that adjustment period like? Because obviously I played in New England my whole career. We had different guys, signed from different places. Some guys gelled and made it, for quite some time, and some other guys you could tell right away they got pretty uncomfortable with everything that was going on. So how long did it take you to get adjusted?
It took me a little while. It took me a little while, and it was different, but I think by me going there, it really helped me, achieve all the things that I achieved, just the structure there and how they ran things and, the meetings and, how they took everything serious and the practices, the hills, all that type of stuff that we did. It really helped my game out a lot. I think I needed to be uncomfortable, and play the game. And it helped me go to Pro Bowls and helped me, be all pro and win Defensive Player of the Year, all that stuff. Because I think without that structure, I probably would have been to Pro Bowls and stuff, but I don't know if I would have really had that longevity like that. So I think I needed that at that time in my career.
Go ahead.
I about to say going from Buffalo to New England and like changing teams in division, you get any like hate mail?
Bruh, man. Yeah, I mean, especially what I said when I left. I mean, I didn't really mean it like that, but like, I feel like the fans in Buffalo hated me after that.
Oh, what you said? What you said, bro?
I think I said something like I said like they finally, like my family finally get to see me on TV or something like that. Because we weren't winning it. I'm like, man, like, we ain't never on TV back home.
Get the prime time games.
Yeah. I'm like, we can get one Thursday night game back in Buffalo. That's it.
DMs was blowing up.
Yeah.
No lies detected.
Your first year in New England, we have a good year. We actually make it to the Super Bowl. But before we even get to that, you can throw the clip up there. We're gonna talk about that Jaguars AFC Championship game. How you walk us through that pass breakup, which was was a spectacular play, man. Technique perfect. The pass breakup. I'm gonna have Perk pull it up. You can walk.
I gotta say this though, bro. The pass breakup was like some. I still remember watching this game, and the pass breakup was like some Madden shit, dog. Like the animation, it was just like Madden, dog. In the crowd went crazy. Dope clip, bro.
Let us know what you're thinking, man. Because obviously, clearly, man-to-man coverage. Yeah,
it was man-to-man coverage. I was by myself, but you can see me like the before the play started. I kind of already knew the route. You know what I'm saying? I was telling Dev he running the over, but I know Dev wasn't helping me. He was kind of scanning the field just in case Bortles would take off and run, and I was able to undercut it and make a play on it. But I knew the route from the jump from film study. I'm pointing to where you're going right now, it was just more of anticipating the route and making the play. And I knew he had to get to his 4th and 14. I knew he had to get to the stick, so I was just trying to beat him to the spot.
Yeah.
It's crazy. One thing I don't think people talk about though is like the discipline to bat the ball down, because that looked like a pickable ball, fam. You feel me? But you put, you know what I'm saying? Like you put the team and getting to the Super Bowl over just the bit play. Like that was something that I always thought about too. Cause I'm like, he could have easily undercut and picked that. But you knew, man, it's for the money, bro. Let me just go ahead and lock this up. Send it to the ball, man.
I just think too, like I'm like, man, it's 4th and 14. I know if I give the offense the ball back, it's over with. So I ain't even trying to pick this right now. You know what I'm saying? And it was like a minute and 30 left, I think. So that was my mindset there in that moment.
For real. How long you feel like you was hanging in the air for? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Watching that game live, bro, you was in the air for
bro, I was so sore after that game. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Yeah, that was a physical game. That's probably one of the most physical games I ever played in. Like after the game, I'm like, it took me literally to the Super Bowl to recover. I was so sore after that game. They had a good football team, man. They was so physical. Fournette was toting it. Yeah, like they was. Yeah, they was.
On it,
he killed Pittsburgh. He killed Pittsburgh the week before. Like,
man,
did they have Hearns and A-Rob too?
Yeah, Hearns.
They had
a good team, boy.
It was on fire. It was on fire.
Like Bortles was playing good that game. Like, damn, man, like that was a tough.
Talk about that too, man. We obviously win that game, go to the Super Bowl, play the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. We don't win it. They airing that joint out. What was that feeling like? You finally make it to the Super Bowl, your first year with a new team, you end up losing. How'd that go for you?
It was tough because, I went from not making the playoffs, in 5 years and then going to the Super Bowl. I'm like, man, like, finally get here and lose it, and then lose it basically defensively. They gave up, I don't know if we gave up 40-something points, I think.
It was a shootout.
It was tough, man. It was tough as a swallow just because defensively we felt like we didn't handle our business like we should have. And, I just told myself after that loss, like, if I ever get back here, I ain't letting that happen no more. So that was really, after the game, that was my mindset, man. It was tough. It was a tough loss because they was just hot that year, and they deserved it.
Yeah.
It goes like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Nah. But we did end up going back the next year, which was nice though.
For sure.
Getting our get back, which I should have had Perk pull that play up too. We make it back to the Super Bowl the next year, and we play a very good. Which I gotta get Hightower on here too, because he probably wasn't coming out of the tunnel at the same time where me and Hightower was coming out for the game. He said some crazy jump, but I'm gonna have him explain that whenever I get him on the podcast. But talk about that game plan. Bill talks about it a lot as far as switching the play calls. Oh yeah, he got it right here. Talk about this. You talk about this play first, right here.
We ain't really got to.
This Max. We call this a Max Blitz play, and that time of the game, I knew they was desperate. They just took a shot to B. Cook's the play before that, and I just kind of played off and saw the quarterback was able to, see the ball the whole time and make a play on the ball. And that, like I said before, I'm like, man, they ain't winning this game. It ain't happening on defense. So man, it was. I feel like our defense played crazy that game, man. It was so physical. We played man to man the whole season, and that game played straight zone and executed it like that. So that was a great game plan by Bill. Great execution by us, and that's what you had to do in that situation. Because McVay, he was ready to draw up them man beaters.
The pick route. We got a Rams fan in here.
I got love for you. I got love for you, big dog. You an all-time great, but come on, bro.
Man, I needed that one, bro, because if I ain't get that one.
And the crazy thing is, you got to think, bro. The year before Philly, they beat Atlanta, right? Crazy. Lose the Philly. It's tough to get 4 in a row, Warren. But you gotta get that one, man.
Gotta get that one.
Gotta get that one.
That was crazy, man.
Am I mistaken? The defensive player of the year was the same year y'all won the Super Bowl, or was it the Philly year? It was a Super Bowl.
That was the year we didn't even go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was a year.
Really?
That was the year we didn't go. That was 2019. We got beat by Tennessee. I think Tennessee in the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah, I remember
but
that.
Somebody on defense should have won MVP of that game.
Yeah.
For sure. You're talking about the year y'all
3 points.
The year y'all beat. Yeah.
Bro, that hurt my heart. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hey, and we was putting up points that year too. Y'all captain.
Bro, we was solid. Jason made a crazy play. Like it was.
Yeah.
It was
crazy,
man. You couldn't play no better than what y'all did. Y'all was on everything.
Yeah. That was a great game plan, man. That was an easy game plan too, because we used to chasing everybody. You
can stay home,
Was Bill hyped after that game? Did he have some energy?
Yeah, Bill he was like, man, I ain't letting this happen. What happened in the Super Bowl last year? They ain't about to happen this year. It was crazy because Bill, after every at both Super Bowls, he's like, unfortunately, we got to move on. Get ready for next year. I'm like, damn, bro, we just played 20 games.
That all seems short. So obviously, like you said, the next year you come in, you offer Super Bowl. Talk about, man, the run you just went on, right? Like, we ain't seen defensive corner win defensive player of the year. Obviously, last year Pat won, but before you, it's been a long time. I don't even know who the corner was, right? So just talk about that run you went on mentally, how you was locked in, and then when all those talks start coming about, like, how do you stay focused? Because I know you hear the noise. I know you putting up the stats. I know you hear the noise. How you lock in and secure that thing, and how you feeling after winning?
I just think that year we was great on defense. We had like another great year on defense. We was balling. Everybody was balling that year. And I was just like locked in. I was fast, smart, from being in that system a couple years, getting comfortable. And I just think, man, it was just, I was covering the best guy every week, every week and shutting them down. And it was one of them years, man. I just felt like I was just on, man. It was I was mad someone catch a pass on me in practice. Like, I was just
I used to tell him that. My one-on-ones and everything. He'd be right, like, he don't, like, it's rare, like, somebody catch a ball on him in practice. He take it that serious, but that's why you end up winning defensive player of the year.
That's not easy. That's not easy as a DB.
Yeah, it was just, man, I just wanted, like, the hardest job, like, if someone else got a double team, I'd rather be by myself because the ball can come to me, like, and when it came to me, I made them pay. So I think that's what really separated me that year from any DB and from any DB in the past, that I did it with, like, basically no help and playing the best guy each and every week. And, our defense got pressure on the quarterback a lot, and I was able to make a lot of plays doing that.
Yeah. I think y'all played Cincinnati early that year, and you caught a pick six, and I knew I was like, yeah, he did. It was a pick six or a fumble recovery. It was something. I don't know.
It was a pick six, I wasn't really thinking about, like, defensive player of the year until, like, that game on the plane ride back. Calvin Noah was like, bro, you about to win this, bro. I'm like, you think so? Bro, like, you about to win.
15, Dalton picked off. Gilmore down the sideline. See you later.
That was zero coverage too.
Touchdown, New England.
People know you old as hell for that.
That was zero coverage, bro. Like, man, I was just on, man. I was just like, man, I'm shutting everybody down. I'm taking chances. I'm like, man, it was fun, man. That was a fun year. Even though we didn't get to a Super Bowl, that was one of the funnest years I had, for sure.
Man, like you mentioned, like, that you're taking chances and things like that, but you one of the best at it, right? Like, you calculate it, you make the play. Like, what is something you can share with, like, young DBs that want to be playmakers, that want to get them pick sixes, that want to fill up the stat sheet? Like, what's some advice you would say to them? Like I said, coming from a guy that knows when to take a risk, studies film, knows the routes beforehand. What's something you would pass along?
Yeah, that's pretty much just work ethic, just studying film, perfecting your craft, and never getting too high, never getting too low. Never getting a big head, and when you do give up a play, just staying even keel, because at the cornerback position, it's gonna happen. You just gotta. You got to keep that even keel mindset and be able to bounce back and make a play. So I just think that's really the main thing, and just stay hungry, man. Reset every week. You can ball one week, next week give up something. So you got to always be hungry, always study tape, always perfect your craft, and you just can't never take your foot off the pedal. That's the main thing. That's what I say to young guys. Just keep grinding, man, because with all the social media and stuff now, and people can get hyped up, you kind of feel yourself a little bit, just to stay in the moment and just stay hungry.
100%, man.
Yeah, that's right.
While on this run too, man, you playing great defensive player of the year. You get to sign with Jordan Brand. Before it got real popular, now everybody signed with Jordan Brand. Jordan Brand deals. But what was that moment like for you? Did you have to reach out? Did they reach out to you? How did that connection come about?
Yeah, man, I was talking to him for probably like a year before that, and then we've been talking, and then we just kind of made it happen. I knew, like, I don't know if y'all know Dre Bly. He played back in the day.
He signed with Jordan.
Yeah, he's with Jordan, and he, like, put me on, man. And I was like, after that, it was all love after that, man. They took care of me. They sent me all this Jordan stuff, too much stuff almost. But
what size you wear now? Hey, you see that? What size you wear now? What size you wear now?
Nah, but it's crazy because, like, man, I think I was the first corner that.
Yeah.
Well. In my era, I think Tyrann Mathieu was with Jordan Brand, and it was good, man. Who wouldn't want to be with Jordan Brand? So, and they sent you custom cleats, fit to your size. So, it was good.
I gotta ask you, bro, since we on the shoe topic and Jordan Brand, what's your favorite out of the numbers, and then what's your favorite shoe? It's a tough one now. I know it's some heat out there.
He like, I got a lot.
It's a lot. I don't know, bro. All of them different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really have a favorite one, man. They all different. I say the fours, maybe. I like the four. Yeah. The ones, obviously, everybody like the ones. I can only play in the ones in cleats, though. I can't play in no 10s, none of them things heavy. I see the linebackers be playing in those, the 10. I got to play the one lows. That's it.
Get stuck in that turf, boy.
Before we wrap, man, obviously you had to guard top receivers on every single team. Which receivers do you feel like was the toughest matchups for you? Where you really I really got to lock in this week. Got some crazy routes. You went up against the ABs, the Calvin Johnsons, and Larry Fitzgerald. So, what type of guys presented you the most problems?
I think I did mostly, good against like bigger receivers because I'm a bigger corner, so I can kind of match up with them well. It's just sometimes the more like shiftier, like Tyreek Hill, obviously, different speed. He's hard to go against. I played against Calvin early in my career, but I wish I would have played him. I wish I could have timed up year 5. Yeah, but I was a rookie. Yeah. I was a rookie out there on him. You know what I'm saying? So it was different. AB was good. Let's see who else. Who else was? Julio was good. It was Kobani and Devontae Adams. It was pretty good. But that's pretty much it, really, for me. I didn't really, even the good. Sometimes Devontae Adams didn't really, do nothing on me that game, but I can just tell by how his route running and
he wasn't on that.
His route running, this release game is good. But if you didn't have a release, I was gonna do well against you. So I say Calvin probably and AB. A little bit, so
okay.
Tyreek was just fast. You can't even miss on him. So
it's a wrap.
So that's pretty much it.
I gotta ask you, if you had to put together a back 5, so obviously you, all time, 2 safeties, a nickel, and another corner opposite side of you. Who would you put on your defense?
I gotta go Dion on the other side.
Yeah.
Prime time.
I gotta go Ed Reed at free.
Okay.
Strong. Let me see. Strong safety.
It's strong, tough.
It's tough.
I say probably. I go Rod Woodson.
Rod Woodson. That's smooth. Yeah, that's smooth.
I go Rod Woodson. Nickel. Who's a nice nickel? I need somebody smart in there that's physical.
Yeah. Nickel hard.
It's only one nickel that's in the Hall of Fame.
Who's that?
It's from Tampa.
Rondé
Barber.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only nickel in the Hall.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair enough.
I can put another corner in there. I can put Champ Bailey in there. Champ can go do it. So
one thing I asked everybody that we had that come on here, know you're a huge football fan since Jitterbug days. Who's that first player that you seen when you touched the league? You like, damn, was it Calvin Johnson? Was it Tom Brady? Who was it? Damn, that's a big dog right over there, fam. I got to bring my A game.
I say it was Tom, man. It was Tom, just because. I played against Tom, obviously, division, and then when I got on the team, I'm like, he came up to me, I'm like, it's just happy to have you. I'm like, yeah, damn. I'm like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, bro. Like, and I seen like how he worked, man. Like how he like worked every day, how he ran hills, how he stay out to practice every day. I'm like, yeah, I gotta like he's doing this. Like I gotta do like even more because like man, he's the best ever, bro. And he's working like he like undrafted free agent.
Yeah,
like he had that work ethic, and I think that rubbed off on everybody. So he was probably the only one that I'm like, man, he different. And like when you playing against him, he got that same look on his face, like. Like, he look at you, he coming.
He going right at you.
So
I always say that too, man. Just the way that dude worked, man, for 20 plus years, like it's insane. Cause like I'm
practice.
The practice too. He going at you like. You mess up a receiver, run the wrong route. It's like, oh yeah, it's
done.
He on you, man. He definitely on you. But
outside of the game of football, man, what you got going on in your outside of the game life, beyond the game?
Man, I'm just spending time with the fam, man. My kids in sports, really, and my son, his first year playing tackle.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So he just turned 10. My daughter at homeschooling, she playing tennis, so making sure she right, man. My youngest 4 years old, he's following along with them. I'm just enjoying the fam, man, and on the water a little bit down here in Florida a little bit sometimes, and that's it really. I'm just vibing, man.
Vibing.
That's what it's all about, man.
I'm enjoying it, man, because kids getting older quick fast, so and they be in college gone, man, and I'm just trying to enjoy it.
That's real.
Before we wrap, this will be the last question. I'm sure people gonna want to know, man, is Steph trying to play this year? When are you gonna know when to hang up the cleats? What is it gonna be like for you this year?
I think I want to play this year. It's just got to be the right situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be the right situation for me. So I'm not just going to sign anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it got to be the right situation. I still love the game. I still can contribute. And it just got to be the right place.
Come back to Buffalo, dog.
No. We shut
That's what we need to do.
No, we shut that down right now.
You're going to come home to where it started, and you're going to bring home that first
Super Bowl. That'd be crazy.
No, he don't like the cold, bro. Come over to LA. We like you in the blue and gold. You did it to us once. Get us one. Come on, dog. Hey, we need some veteran presence in the room. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, both would be crazy for real, because LA on paper is a piece away, right? They often set young boys hunting on the defensive line. They just need one more lockdown and they good. And then Buffalo too. Buffalo been knocking on the door for the past couple of years. They're a piece away. So
you've been in that division long enough though, bro.
I don't know who they got at corner in Buffalo. Who they got at corner?
Christian Benford and Trey White is back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Brentford, nice Trey. Yeah.
And they got Taron Johnson in the slot.
Taron Johnson, nice. They got some.
You know what? They need someone opposite Christian. I'm just saying, come on home, come bring it home to Bills Mafia. Give me your best Bills Mafia story.
You gotta make a call, man. You gotta.
I'll make the call. I'll make the call. But what's your best Bills Mafia story?
Man, I don't really got no crazy. I mean,
that's a little far back, fam. I ain't gonna lie.
That's far back.
I'm trying to go through a table. You ever want to go through a table?
Oh man, them fans crazy, bro. Them fans crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you, but hey, I ain't gonna lie. We went 4 and whatever every 2 years, and them fans still packed the house, bro.
Yeah.
Like they ain't like other fans. They come into them games no matter what. They ride and die for their team. That's one thing I loved about that place, man. They deserve a Super Bowl for sure. Those fans. Hopefully they get it one day. So
they deserve a heat wave in the back end of the season.
I'm about to say. I'll tell you what, fam. If my team 4-12 and it's 10 degrees outside, no man.
Hey, 30 inches of snow all up in the bleachers. I don't know how you
watching it right on TV, dog.
I always say Bills Mafia definitely one of my favorite environments to play in on the road. Because like you said, they fans into it no matter how good or how bad they are. They in there. They talking crazy. They doing everything. So. But nah, man, we appreciate you tapping in with us, though, man. Joining the Money Down podcast. I know you got a busy schedule and everything with the kids and training and everything, but we appreciate you joining us tonight, man.
Yeah, man, appreciate y'all. I be checking y'all stuff out, man. I see y'all.
We trying to get right.
Appreciate y'all, though, man. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, fam.